Ma'am, you're doing dating all wrong, okay? Let me tell you how dating is supposed to be. What I wish somebody would have told me when I was 35. As I do my hair, I will tell you this. And listen, everyone's got things that they wish. But y'all, let me just skip to it. Around dating and romance, I just had a girlfriend of mine call me up. She's 37, and she's crying about this guy, and I'm like, why are you dating one person? Okay, listen to this woman right here. I've been proposed to 4 times in my life, and I really think it's because every time I started to date someone, I didn't even do this as a game, but I realized this looking back, and I've given this advice to so many people. Get yourself a pen and get ready. You know what I told every guy who I dated? I would say, hey, this is fun, but 2 rules. Do not fall in love with me, okay? And I'm not interested in a full-on relationship. Like, can we just have fun? Like, it's fun being here. Let me tell you something. You want to drive a man crazy? Tell him that, child. He will try to prove to you. Oh my gosh, every man, first of all, I said that too, they all ended up proposing to me in less than 6 months. My husband was the only person who actually followed the rules. So after we were together for maybe a year or so, finally I said, I love you, and he didn't say it back, and it drove me crazy. And finally one day I'm like, hello, I said, I love you. And he said, well, you told me never to say that, so I didn't want to lose you. And I was like, and then I started to realize he would do all the things I say to do and not to do. Ladies, this is how you know someone is in love with you. First of all, breadcrumbing, they gotta leave. But when they actually repeat back to you your own rules and they're following them, keeping your boundaries is the #1 way to keep a man. When I look back at my past relationships, when I would tell a man, just so you know, if I do spend a night with you, if that ever happens, I expect coffee and breakfast in the morning, okay? Otherwise, no, it will never happen again. So every man I dated, he always had coffee and breakfast. What we talking about? I remember when I first met my husband, he put his hand around my waist and he brought me in. He was like, can I buy you a drink? And I was like, oh, you know what sexiness is? Respect. That's not respectful. He said that he just loved that so much. Almost every guy I dated would talk about how, where most women would just roll over and go with anything, that was not me. And that is because the #1 person, y'all, the #1 person you have to date in these streets is yourself. You need to date yourself, know what you like, know what you don't like. So when people come into your life, you're able to express like your likes and dislikes, but in a way that is in your highest divine feminine self, which is, you don't say, let me tell you what I don't like. Let me tell you, I'll never stay at your house if you never do X, Y, Z. What you say is, you know what gives me such joy? You know what makes me happy? It has to live in the resonance of what I love, not in what I won't have. What I want, let me tell you, you will never get a man with what I won't have. You can do that once, but if you do that shit every day, listen, he don't want you and your girlfriends won't want you either, okay? That's called negativity. And it's so funny because you can give negativity, but through the lens of joy. The best way I heard it is, this girl on Instagram said it so great. She said, when you go to the coffee shop, you don't say, let me tell you what I won't be drinking. I will not drink your hot cocoa. Okay, this is Starbucks. I didn't come here for hot cocoa. The person across the counter will look at you just as crazy as the man will look at you if you tell them what you don't want. It's rude. When you go to Starbucks, you say, oh my God, I'm so happy to be in Starbucks. Can I have a tall caramel latte on ice? And people are like, of course, I love that. Talk about what you do want, y'all. Oh my gosh. Talk about what you do want. And let me tell you, if you are over 35, you must learn the magic of stating what you do want in all places and in all phases. So saying to people, let's say you're in between jobs, but the job you want is this other thing. Let's say your dream job is, like, what's a dream job? I'm trying to think something. Like, let's say you want to be an AI advisor, okay? You go into parties and people say, what are you up to? Oh, right now I'm really into AI advancement. So I'm really looking for a job where I just get to talk about that all the time. Instead of, well, what I really want is to be an AI person, but it looks like the only way I can get a job right now is like, I guess, to be an elementary school teacher. No. Think about life like Starbucks, okay? Think about it as your favorite restaurant where you have money in your account and you're excited to talk about how you want to spend your money. You don't go into a restaurant and be like, listen, I only brought $50 here, so don't show me anything over 50. You look at the menu and think about, look at all the things I can have with what I have now. These are like some of my top recommendations. I won't go too much deeper into this, but these are just some of the things around relationship, money, and really just trying to frame your life around things that you know you want. So, y'all, leave some of your favorite moments below, but also I got other things I can share, but I don't want to bore y'all, okay? I promised myself it was going to be a 5-minute video, and I'm at 6:30, and I got to finish my hair.